Hey everyone, today I'm here to give you a quick rundown and tutorial on how to use the mobile video carts that we've created for streaming inside of Carpenter. We're going to go through the checkout process and how to use each one of these. We currently have two. We should have a third one by the end of the first week of school. And so let's walk through this real quick. First, we'll do checkout. Here in the main office, we've got two sign-out sheets, one labeled for cart 1, one for cart 2. Each requires name, the current date, where you're going to take it, and this is so we can maybe leave it in the room if somebody else is coming in right after you for a classroom. The time out, the time in, and initial after you return it. Each cart is labeled with its number right here on the side, and each cart contains a laptop, a motorized zoomable webcam with remote control, a wireless lapel mic, a wireless mic receiver, and a handful of cables, including an Ethernet cable in case you have Wi-Fi connection issues. So after you sign it out, you just need to wheel it where you need to go, and I will take this down into 112 and walk you through a tutorial of getting it up and running for your class. One final note when it comes to rolling the carts, please note this: watch out for bumps. These things jump a whole lot when you go over like a door threshold or the elevator. We have mounted the camera with foam double-sided tape. Nothing else is currently mounted, but not sure how well this is going to stick, but we don't want this to, mainly this, to fall off of the cart. Okay, so I've rolled the cart into 301 actually, because I was just informed that 112 is getting a dedicated camera to the lectern, so we'll be using that in there. 301 is currently not scheduled to have a camera in it. So please note where I placed the cart. This is where we found to be one of the more optimal locations. So it's just past the center aisle, right in front of this seat, which would be best not to have occupied by a student. And then we've taken the main power cord, which is located here. It runs to this power strip mounted on the cart. We've plugged that in. That will power everything on the cart. Additionally, if you would like to use the Ethernet, cable should be down here. Ethernet port is right here on the laptop, and it's one of these little folding ones, so just plug into there, and then you have an Ethernet port over here on the other side, right there. Now, once we've got the unit plugged in, we can lock the casters if you'd like, but we just need to turn on the computer, let that boot up. Let's talk a little bit about this. We've got a remote control dedicated to the camera. This will allow us to set 3 different waypoints with this button, and you can have that focused on different things such as the projector, the board, or the lectern. With one button press, you can change it and it'll change that location automatically. We've got the wireless lapel mic. This thing runs on AA's, which can be changed by squeezing right here. Opening runs on 2 AA's. So if the lapel mic is dead, make sure to go grab some AA's from the front office, though I will try to keep some included down here in the cabinet. The lapel mic has a clip on the back and a power button, which should automatically sync to its receiver. The receiver itself needs to be powered here with this big circular button in the middle. So press that, you'll see the power indicator come on right there. And then we can press the power button on the mic. Give it a sec, that turns green, which means it has paired. And then you just need to clip this onto yourself and clip the lapel mic somewhere near your collar. Keep in mind that this cord is very light, which is great, but we want to make sure not to bend it or do anything, just so this can last the whole semester. So now that the computer is up and running, we're going to log in using the student login. Password and login is right here, so you should just have to type the password, so we'll type that in. Let that log in. All right, so the main platform we suggest using is WebEx. If you would like an additional platform to use or just to record and post later, we can do that, just talk to me. But for WebEx, I've got it right here in the middle of the screen. We'll open that up, and we'll need to I'm currently signed in, but you will see a login. That login will ask you to sign in with your Mississippi State address. Let's go ahead and sign me out. So you can see here, I've got my NetID address, my email address. I'll hit next. This will bring up our standard Mississippi State login. So type in what you normally would. And then it will send you to Duo. Get past that. And there we go. So you can start a meeting however you like, or you can optionally start this through Google Chrome on Canvas if you want to run the WebEx client like that. This is just for the desktop app. So if I just start a meeting here from my basic personal room, okay, we are up and running. Now, first thing to check, what camera are we using? You can see we are not currently using the webcam built into the laptop up here. So checking here, we are using the, the motorized camera. Coming down here to settings to check that, we can come out here and you should be able to here, the PTZ Pro 2, that is the motorized camera. This is if, in case you happen to be using the wrong camera, this is where you would change that. The mic should automatically pick up, so we simply need to hook this up to ourselves, and then we should be able to start our meeting. So I'm running in a meeting right now. I'm currently not wearing the mic, but I'm going to show you how the camera works. So, taking controls of the camera, main things we need to take a look at. There is a camera mute button, which can be accidentally pressed. If so, the thing goes black. So if it happens to be black and this blue light that we'll reference a few times is not on, then the camera mute button is the first thing to check. Then the main things we're going to be focusing on, the directional pad here will allow you to move the camera left, right, up, and down. So for the moment, let's focus over here on the lectern. Maybe you want to focus on you talking there. There's also to the left of the D-pad, a zoom in and zoom out feature. Let's say we'll zoom in a little bit. Now let's say we want to save that location for use during class. So I'm going to save that to location 1. So I'm going to press and hold location 1, and I'm going to watch this blue light right here, and as soon as it flashes, that will let me know that it has saved that location. There we go, if y'all saw it turn off. So now I should be able to turn the camera away. Let's focus it, say, on the board. We'll zoom it out as much as we can to catch a good chunk of the board. So let's say that's my location 2. So I'll press and hold 2, again the same way. There we go. And then let's go straight up for 301. And let's say I wanted to look at the projector. I know the screen's not down right now, but let's assume it was. And then I'll hold location 3. Done. And so now I will press number 1. We go to the lectern, I will press number 2. It has gone to the board, and I will press number 3. And it has gone to the projector, allowing the instructor to just hot swap between these during lecture for whatever your content requires. If you're going to be recording on WebEx, I highly recommend that you record to the cloud. That will give you access to your recordings, and you won't have to try to get them off this physical computer. So please make sure that when you're recording on WebEx, you're recording to the cloud. Outside of that, everything should be pretty straightforward. When you are done, please make sure to turn off the microphone and turn off the receiver. I'll turn off the microphone. Just a quick press, we'll do that. And then we will shut down the unit. You can go ahead and unplug even when the camera and the computer is still up and running. You can go ahead and unplug and just shut this down like you would any computer.